Making a card that lights up? Is that even possible? Hi everyone, my name is Brennan and welcome to
Brennan's Crafty Corner.
Hi everyone, my name is Brennan and welcome to my channel. Today I am so excited to be guest designing for Pear Blossom Press, and we are going to be making a really fun snowflake themed light up card. We are going to be putting real lights with a battery and all into our card and making our snowflakes twinkle, and it's going to be so pretty. Just as a little sneak peek, here's a light up card I've made before, and just look at those lights twinkle. Aren't they so pretty? And just a very quick note, I am guest designing for Pear Blossom Press, which means they did send me these products free of charge. They are really fun to play with, and they're not as intimidating as they seem. Also, I have an email mailing list, which means if you want to get all the content from me directly into your email mailbox, sign up for it. It's just an easier way to ensure that you see all my videos because YouTube isn't always the best at promoting them. That'll be in the description box below, and you can just put your email in and it'll be all set. You can get my stuff straight to your inbox. So today, we're going to be making a light up card with some Twinkle Lights from Pear Blossom Press. I know there's like a lot of wiring back here and batteries, but they're not that difficult. I made one a while ago for a hop with Catherine Pooler and Pear Blossom Press. They were doing it together, and this was fairly easy to make. As you can see, the little lights are back there at the top of the buildings, because, you know, sometimes those towers have lights, so I thought that would be a good idea. But today, we're going to be doing a different card. We're not going to be doing this, but we are going to be using the Twinkle Light. So for the stamp set we're going to be using today, it's called White Christmas from Sizzix and Catherine Pooler. Now, obviously, this is kind of a Christmas stamp, but it's still winter, so I'm okay using some snowflakes, because as I'm recording this video, it's currently the blizzard of 26 here in Boston. So there's a lot of snow outside, but I think it's appropriate to still use a snowflake stamp. I also make Christmas cards year-round, so it doesn't really matter to me. So let's get started. Before we get to stamping though, I do want to kind of make this card interesting, so we're going to kind of cut our front panel down with a slanted angle. So then our regular sentiment will go on the bottom somewhere. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my paper trimmer here, and we're going to chop off on a slant. Let's do it like this so we still have a decent amount up here, but then let's go a little more. Okay, I think we'll do it just like this. Bam. So now we'll do a little bit of ink blending and stamping of the snowflakes up here, and then the bottom part will just be white. So now I'm just going to do some really simple ink blending with some Cummerbund ink from Catherine Pooler, and I have my blending tool right here. Now this blending tool is a little dirty, so in all honesty, it might be a little darker than what Cummerbund normally is, but that's not the end of the world to me. So we're just going to come around here on the edges and then kind of bring in the color a little. It's going to be pretty simple, but I think it will just add a nice touch and a little bit of depth to the card. I know it's pretty light on camera, but when I hold it up, you'll be able to see it a tiny bit more, I think. So there we go. Like I said, nothing crazy. But I've pulled out my stamp wheel here, and you could totally use your Misty or a Sizzix stamping platform. They'll all definitely work for this. This was just the one that was closest to me and didn't currently have a stamp in it, so I grabbed it. So now we're going to take out our stamp set here, and as you can see, there are quite a few snowflakes. I want to be strategic where I place these because I want to have some like kind of central, and those are the ones we'll light up, and then have some that are kind of, you know, just there secondary. So I'm thinking we'll have like the bigger ones be the light up ones. So maybe this one we can light up, maybe have this one light up, and then we can have this big one light up too. I'm just going to play around with the placement on these. Okay, I'm thinking this is looking pretty nice. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and fill in the gaps with the smaller snowflakes, kind of just wherever I feel like it's needed. Okay, I think I have everything where I want it. I did run out of snowflakes, and I definitely do want to put one here. So we will go back. I'll maybe just put this one down here or something. We'll figure it out as we go. But now we're just going to pick these stamps up with the lid of our stamp wheel. We'll do it slowly just to make sure we don't lift the paper. Yep, good. And now we'll just make sure the paper is stuck in place and put our stamps back down. Now I'm going to go in with a darker version of the Cummerbund. So the same color family, but it's darker. So we're going to go in with some Fiesta Blue Ink. We're just going to give these bad boys a nice ink up. And now we're going to stamp. And there we go. I'm loving how that's turning out. Like I said, I'm going to go in and stamp a few more, I think. I'm going to fill in this spot right here, and I might do one of the smaller ones right here. I think this little one's going to go maybe right here in the center. And then we can maybe put this one, which was up here, down here to take up more room. And then let's put this one right here just so we can get another one right there. And let's add this little guy up here too. And then we can add this little one right here. Perfect. And that's an odd number as well. So I think that's perfect. So we'll just stamp these out really quick. So we're just going to come in here and ink all these little snowflakes up again. And there we go. I'm liking how that's turning out. So we're just going to leave it here. Could I probably fit in a few more small ones? Yes. Am I going to? No. We're going to stop while we're ahead, while we like it. We can just take this out of here. We have a part of our card done. You just want to add a tiny bit of shine to my card. So I think Solar Spray in the color Neptune will be a pretty good color for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to shake it up. And now, instead of actually spraying it on, I'm going to open up the little bottle here. I'm going to be careful so we don't drip any by mistake. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to take a little tiny paintbrush and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to just dab it on, kind of. So we're going to do this a couple of times. Nothing crazy, just a little bit of shimmer and sparkle onto our card. And I think that's good. So when you look dead on, you don't see it as much. It's definitely there. But then when you shine it in the light, you see all those little specks shine nicely. And it's just a nice little touch to our card. This part is definitely finished after that solar spray. So now it's time to do all of our fun wiring with the Twinkle Light. This is gonna seem scary. It's not, I promise you. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna untangle these little lights here, and then we can kind of straighten them out. They don't have to be that straight. We're gonna tape them down anyways. Now we're just gonna break these two lights apart. They're just held together by some adhesive, so just tear them apart. So we have our 3 lights here, and what we're gonna do first is we are going to open up our little tiny batteries here and just put one in. It's really nice because you can just punch them through the back because there's already some like kind of pre-cut slits for you. So there we go. And then what we're going to do is we are going to install it as it says right here, plus side up. So we're going to take our plus side and put it inside with the plus side up. And there we go. Now we have our light in and there's this little button here and we can just press that and our lights will twinkle. So what we're going to do is we are going to figure out where we're going to place these on the back. The easiest way to do that is to mark the back, and how I like to do it is to hold it up to the light. Now, I can't really show this part, unfortunately, because I have to flip my card upside down so the light shines through. I'm just going to take this little pencil, and as I'm holding it up to the light, I can see where the centers are on the back, and just put a little circle there. And now I'm just going to make these a little bit more clear and double check that I have them all in the right spots. So now I'm just going to actually erase these kind of. So they're there, but subtle, just so when we shine our light, there won't be any issues. I didn't think there would be anyways, but just in case. You can never be too certain. So we have our very, very small dots there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to figure out where we want to actually put our wires and where we're going to put the little button here on the back so we know where to press it. I'm thinking we can put the actual mechanism down here, and then we can have the push right on this little portion right here. So we can just be like push, 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 and then it will light up. So let's do that. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to mark this little spot down here as the area I want my thing to go. It's just going to be kind of rough. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just a rough draft for me. So I remember, hey, this is where we're going to put it. So I am now just going to take a little bit of pixie tape here to temporarily hold this in place so I have like a rough idea of where it's going to go. Now we get to wire our card. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to kind of bend it in place. And then it is going to go right here on this dot like this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a piece of this little washi tape I have and tape it into place. So we are going to put the light right there. We're going to tape it. Bam. So we have one of our lights all placed and ready to go. Now we're going to do this twice more, but I do just want to tape down this wire in a few places so it stays roughly in place. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So now we're going to come in and we can put this light over here. We're just going to take a little piece of washi tape, and then once again, we are just going to take the rest of the wire and put it somewhere where it's not going to block the other lights and just be in a better place overall. And then lastly, we have this one left. We have another piece of tape here, and this light is going to go right here, so we can move that out of the way and tape down the wire. And then we are just going to bend the wire up over here. I know it looks kind of crazy, but it's still going to work perfectly fine. That's the beauty of it. And we're just going to add a piece of tape right here. And then also, I'm going to put these all kind of taped down too. That way nothing should peek out. One more thing, now it's time to actually secure down our battery and component here. And I'm actually gonna do this with a little bit of double-sided tape. So I realized I'm at the very end of my double-sided tape roll, which means it's taking up the cardboard in the center, but that's okay because we can just glue that side down. But what you would do is just take a little bit of double-sided tape, and you could totally, if you don't have double-sided tape, just tape this down with washi, it would be the same. But we're gonna come in here, we're just gonna take our tape, we will place it right on the back of the light, like so. And like I said, you wouldn't normally have to do this with double-sided tape, but since half of it is like cardboard instead of actual tape, I'm just gonna glue it down. And then we can place that right at the bottom here. Really quick, we can get a sneak peek at what it's gonna look like. Oh, that's nice. Look at that glow. Now, on the back, we gotta add foam tape because we can't just put this flat on a card because it would be like, you know, kind of crazy looking. So I just have some foam tape here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of add it basically everywhere because we want this card to be really well supported. Basically anywhere I can fit a piece of foam tape, there's gonna be a piece of foam tape. Now we kind of start like filling in areas with wires too. So we can get a nice piece there. We can put one here. We can do, let's see, right here, we can get a good piece. We're gonna try to do the tiniest little piece down in this. So right in there, we can maybe do this little guy. See if that fits. Perfect, it does. We love that when that fits. And I think this will be good. And to test it, we'll just flip it upside down. Just kind of press on it. It feels secure. Then we'll press our light, make sure everything's working right. It is. So now, before we add it to our card, I want to stamp down the little sign that's going to say push. So Pear Blossom Press has this really nice stamp set that goes with it. So I think I'm going to do, I don't know, because I like the font on this one. Let's go with our gut. I'm going to do the push because I really like the font on that. It's nice and scripty. So it's going to end up going right here about. You also very much could stamp this beforehand, and that's probably the smarter thing to do if I'm being honest, but I didn't. I was not thinking about that. So stamp that beforehand maybe, then you don't have to worry about like all the electronics being under here and stuff possibly shifting around, but we should be okay. I would just say, rather be safe than sorry, do as I say, not as I do, and do it beforehand. And we're gonna come in and we're just gonna stamp this guy. And now we can stamp it, we can just press it down. Perfect. Okay, so now we need to add our sentiment. So I'm gonna go back to the stamp set and I'm gonna do the Let It Snow, because like I said, we're going all in on this snow theme because it's currently snowing outside. So I have just a white panel right here that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this was the size of our snowflake panel before we chopped it down. So I'm gonna take this and then I'm gonna take our actual panel here and just roughly line it up. It doesn't have to be perfect right now. We're just doing it to see where this stamp is gonna go. And I think we should put it right about here. I'm gonna lower it a little. So we're gonna get this bad boy out of the way because he does not need to be here while we're stamping. It could ruin stuff and we don't want that. So we're just gonna take that snow up. We'll push that back in the corner. And then I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a darker ink. I'm gonna go in with All That Jazz. So it's a touch darker, but I want this sentiment to be nice, dark, and legible. So that's why we're going in with All That Jazz. And now we're just going to come in and stamp this. And there we go. Perfect. So now we have that nice dark Let It Snow. So we have the full panel here with the sentiment, and we have our smaller snowflake panel here. And now it's time for the part I dread, placing the panel with foam tape on it. It's scary for me. This is like the scariest part of card making, but I'm going to be smart today. And since I'm lining up like kind of a half-size full panel, I can just line it up with the walls and it will be so easy with the Misty. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So all of our release paper is off. Now, it's time to line it up. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be too bad, but let's hope it's not. Okay, I think that's lined up on the top and side. So we're going to full send there. And okay, wait, that was like the easiest I've ever done it. And this looks so nice. And we're just going to give it that first push. There we go. There we go. And you already know, for a card to be truly finished, we got to add it to a card base, which we have done. I love how this card came out, and those lights are so much fun. So yeah, here is our finished snow-themed light-up card. Doesn't this card just shine so bright? I had to throw in a pun. I had to. I had to. I didn't do one yet. I had to. But I'm really, really happy with how this card came out. Every time I make a light up card, I'm like, okay, Brendan, you can do this. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. I'm like, wait, it really wasn't that hard. It's literally just making sure you put the lights in the right place and taping it all down. That's really the only extra step, and it doesn't take that much more time. So it's pretty easy as far as cards go. As always, all the links to the different products will be in the description box below if you're interested, and affiliate links are used where possible. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye everyone, and happy crafting!